Hey everyone, we're so glad you're here. My name's Kayla and I'm a registered early childhood educator.
And I'm Allie, and I'm also an RECE. And today we want to have a real honest conversation about diversity, equity, inclusion, and belonging, or DEIB, and why it matters so much in early childhood education.
We'll be honest, this isn't easy work, and it hasn't been for us either. At Strive, we've been on a journey of learning and unlearning. We've been reflecting on our own biases, traditions, policies, and we've learned there's no finish line.
The reason we created this series comes from a moment that truly stopped us in our tracks. During a system-wide initiative, Strive received reflective feedback that was racist. It wasn't just uncomfortable, it was a wake-up call.
It made us really stop and reflect on what was happening, not just around us, but within us. Our first reaction was to jump straight into fixing things, but the more we sat with it, the more we realized something important.
Before we could change policies, systems, or even conversations happening around us, we had to look inward. We had to ask ourselves the hard questions. Where do our own biases show up? What did we do or not do to contribute to this feedback? What does true accountability look like? How are our actions or inactions impacting others?
That moment changed everything for us. It inspired our team at Strive to do the deeper ongoing work that's sometimes messy, uncomfortable, hard, but absolutely necessary.
And we're not here pretending to have all the answers or the lived experiences of those who face discrimination and marginalization. What we are doing is committing to listening, learning, and amplifying the voices of educators who have been doing this work for years, especially those whose stories have gone unheard.
At the heart of it all, DEIB work is about relationships. It's about respect, empathy, accountability, and the language we use with one another. These are the foundations that make space for difficult questions, deeper learning, and genuine growth. And that is what this series is going to help us all explore.
And here's the thing, in early childhood education, DEIB simply isn't optional. Children start noticing differences in race, language, gender, and ability as early as infancy. Without intentional guidance, they can absorb harmful biases from the world around them.
As early years professionals, we have a responsibility to create safe, inclusive spaces where every child feels seen, respected, and celebrated. It's not just about adding diverse books to our shelves. It's about how we talk, how we listen, and how we show up for children and families.
And according to the College of Early Childhood Educators practice guidelines, children's identities are shaped by their relationships, environments, and the messages they receive. We have the power and the duty to make sure that those messages are rooted in belonging and respect.
And let's be clear, equity doesn't mean treating every child the same. The Code of Ethics and Standards of Practice reminds us that equity is about recognizing each child's unique context and removing barriers so they all have a chance to thrive.
Exactly. And that means reflecting on our biases, challenging stereotypes, and creating spaces where all children and families feel valued. It's ongoing work, and sometimes it's uncomfortable. But that's where the growth happens.
And it's not just about the children and families we work with. It's also about how we show up for each other as colleagues. Our workforce is incredibly diverse. It's filled with professionals from different cultural, linguistic, and lived experiences.
And by applying DEIB principles in our own workplaces, we foster collaboration, trust, and respect. The CECE Code of Ethics reminds us that we have a professional responsibility to create environments where every educator feels valued and heard.
And when we do that, we're not just supporting each other, we're modeling the same inclusive values that we want to teach children.
This series isn't about us showing up as experts. It's about showing up as learners right alongside you. Together, we'll be exploring respect, accountability, language, and kindness versus niceness. We're so fortunate to have incredible professionals from our own community joining us, generously sharing their knowledge, lived experiences, and perspectives. Their voices are what make this series so powerful.
Our hope is that these conversations give you space to reflect, ask questions, and take small steps. We aim to help create conditions and relationships to support and deepen the long-term change and growth. because DEIB work isn't about getting it perfect. It's about showing up, listening, making those small incremental changes, which may not be linear, but they will add up over time.
So we're glad you're here, and we're excited to keep learning together.
Let's get started.